Yes, sir. We're back with another edition of Fast Break Bets presented by BettingPros. You know me, know the voice of the guy. It's me, really real, Villanelle Terrell Furman Jr. here at your service. All right, guys. Gotta be honest. I'm a little sad today. I really, really am. Um, I guess you might have seen over social media. You probably listened to Matt already and heard the news, but Dave Sherpan, friend of the program, did pass over the weekend. It's really, really sad because kind of saw Dave like a mentor to me as I was transitioning from the military, getting into this space. It was really cool because Dave, like, when I met Dave in Vegas through a mutual friend, and it was like NFL week 1 or something like that. We were just all, having a good time, enjoying ball. But I didn't know that it would become like an every time thing. When I got to Vegas, I would see Dave and we'd be able to chop it up. And he'd ask me, how's my time going into space? And he'd put me on with different people and I'd talk to him at event and all of that. And it was cool. Like, he was a really, really cool dude. Like, if you're going on social media, you see all of the stuff that people say about him. He was really that cool, man. Like, he was really cool. He was somebody that believed in me and always spoke up for me whenever he could. And so I really do appreciate it, Dave. And it's not going to be the same going to Vegas and not seeing you, not hanging out with you. We've had numerous of times and exchanged so many stories. And if it's anything, I didn't know Dave that well, to be honest. But if it's anything I do know about Dave is that, outside of doing this, the thing he loved more was being a dad. And so he would tell me about going to the East Coast all the time, going to visit his daughters, drop them off at school, and the different travel games that he would take them to. And if I were to meet them, they'd probably be embarrassed by the number of stories that I could probably recount that he's told me. But he loved being a dad to his 3 girls, man. He really did. And so um, I really do got my heart out to them. And just, hold people you love tighter. Like, really do it. Hold people you love tighter. But this goes out to Dave, man. It's really cool, dude. That's my guy, man. This goes out to Dave and everybody that loved him. And so shout out to you, Dave, for sure. All right. The story goes on, the show goes on, and we've got to talk about the rest of the WNBA playoffs. The schedule is going to be a little bit of wonky for the next upcoming weeks until we get into NBA finally tipping off and college basketball finally tipping off. And so we'll have some off days of this show where there's not going to be some games on. And so because we're going through the playoffs, they're not playing every single day. And they have the 2 teams playing on the same day rather than staggering them. And so there'll be a number of days that there's not any action going on here on the show. And I'll probably either be previewing a game that's coming up in a day or two, or I'll jump into an NBA future and I'll drop an NBA future or college basketball future or something like that. So we'll have some more content leading up, but there will be some gaps in days where WNBA is not going on, where you may have a later show like this that drops and it has bets for a day, 2 days in advance or in the future. So just keep a lookout for that. It's going to be a little bit of a wonky schedule leading up. Before we get to the first WNBA game that I want to give you bets on, I got to talk to you about Hard Rock Bet. Make sure that you get in at Hard Rock Bet. Everybody loves the Hard Rock casinos, but now you can have a chance to have their sports book right there at your fingertips. So basketball season is just a month away, but Hard Rock Bet, there's always something to bet on. Week 3 football wraps up with an exciting matchup between the Detroit Lions and the Baltimore Ravens. So why don't you go check out Hard Rock Bet and try to get down on some action right there as well. Also, if you haven't tried your first bet on Hard Rock Bet, is still a chance for you to get $150 in bonus bets. If you win, all you have to do is place a $5 bet, and if it hits, then you will get an extra $150 in bonus bets. That's right. Just place a $5 bet. If it hits, you'll get an extra $150 in bonus bets. Also, they got a Monday night parlay boost that you can use for the game. So make sure you lock in over there at Hard Rock bet. All right, let's get into the slate here. So, I want to talk to you about the Las Vegas Aces and the Indiana Fever. Game two of the WNBA semifinals. The Fever are up 1 game to none. And believe it or not, the Aces have actually been in this situation before. They have. Back in 2022, the Aces were playing. Was it 2022 or 2021? It was one or the other. Let me see here. I just had it up. There we go. Back in 2022, as I thought, the WNBA semifinals, the Aces went and they played against the Seattle Storm, and they dropped the first game at home in a 5 game series to the Seattle Storm in the semifinals. It was a very, very tough loss. Jewel Lloyd had 26 points in that game against the Aces. And then they came back and they won 3 straight games to get themselves into the WNBA finals. And so, am I going to go out here and tell you this is 100% how this script is going to go? It could be. It honestly could be. But I think that the issue here for Vegas is that the defense was just completely horrible. They allowed Indiana to score 89 points in that first game. You look at the points in the paint, and they allowed them to score 50, count it, 50 points in the paint in that matchup. You can't let that happen. You got to be able to defend the interior a lot better than what they did right there. And they were pretty much even on the boards, but I think if you're Vegas, you would have liked to be able to win that battle, be able to get a lot more there. You would have liked to capitalize on turnovers a lot better. The offense was really, really shaky here. And so I think there's going to be a number of adjustments on both sides of the ball. One, defensively for the Las Vegas Aces, where they're going to wake up and actually try to get some stops here. And then I think Indiana's got to be prepared, and they got to be ready to not just go ahead and come into this game and just roll over because they stole home court back. They have to be out here aggressive, thinking, hey, we have a chance to go up 2 games to none. Are they going to do that? I don't think so. I'm not prepared to bet the Aces laying 8.5 right now, but I do think there is an element of lying down that could happen in this game by the Indiana Fever if things get ugly, just because we did steal home court back and we guaranteed 2 games in Indiana already. So I'm looking this at player props. And here's the first prop I'm going to give you. It's going to be on the Indiana side of ball because Kelsey Mitchell cannot be stopped. There's nobody that's stopping Kelsey Mitchell right now. Kelsey Mitchell is going out there and she's going to get a bucket. She's going out there and she's proving why she was 5th in MVP voting this season, because she's literally carrying this Indiana team that is so battered, beaten, bruised all the way to the WNBA semifinals off of her scoring. So I think that the adjustment of the Aces, trying to make sure that they're not allowing her and everybody else to get very, very easy looks at the rim to stand here, I think that that's going to be the look that they make. Hey, let's protect the painted area. Let's force them to take outside shots. Let's force them to take outside shots. We think that, hey, we'll live with that. We'll die with that. And I don't think that they're going to be able to be that crazy 3-point shooting team that they were when they were on the road in Seattle earlier this season, where they couldn't miss a shot. I think that that's the look here, but Kelsey Mitchell is not afraid of that. Kelsey Mitchell is going to put up 3-point attempts, and she's going to make sure she at least gets 3 of them. So if you look at Kelsey Mitchell's 3-pointers, they're at over 2.5 at plus 110 right now. You can look at the head-to-head, and she's gone over 2.5 3-pointers and count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 straight games against the Las Vegas Aces. She has hit over 2.5 3-pointers. And this prop is at plus money. She's been over this in 4 of her last 5 games. She's been very, very good to this over the course of the season. This is Kelsey Mitchell doing Kelsey Mitchell things, and we're sitting here in the WNBA playoffs, and I don't think Kelsey Mitchell is letting her foot up off the gas. Now, is everybody else going to be able to show up? Will Natasha Howard have a really, really good double-double game that she had in game 1? Will you see Odyssey give you 17 points? What are we getting here? And so I think that this is an opportunity where Kelsey Mitchell is going to do Kelsey Mitchell things regardless. She's exceeded 2.5 3-pointers in 4 of her last 5 games. Like I said, she's averaging 3.2 per game. I am going to go with Kelsey Mitchell to go over 2.5 3-pointers made. Maybe the Aces make some adjustments and they start guarding the perimeter better. Maybe they even start forcing the ball out of her hands a little bit more. But then that leads to Kelsey Mitchell playing off ball, getting wide open, hit and being able to let the ball swing, kind of find its way to her. And she's taking a 3-point shot. And she's been good, contested, uncontested, in making those shots. So I'm going to go with Kelsey Mitchell here. I think she's going to get the 3-pointers up. Give me over 2.5 3-pointers made for Kelsey Mitchell in this game. And that is play number 1. Now, for play number 2, well, before I talk about play number 2, I got to remind everybody here that you have to get into the Discord, get into that Betting Pros Discord, bettingpros.com/chat. You can get in there for daily chats with WNBA, MLB, MMA, player props, all of that. The NFL channel is going, Daily Juice channel, Fast Break Bets channel, all of that and more. Over there, we have something for everybody in the Betting Pros app. It's a way to join the community, get more in tune with the host and the analyst and all of that, and the rest of the listeners. The listeners have a lot of great ideas. And so make sure you go check them out, bettingpros.com/chat, to get into that Discord. All right, one more play I want to give out here. Jackie Young. I think Jackie Young's going to have a really good game here today. She's been very solid against this version, against this version of the Indiana Fever. Over this season, they played 4 games. Jackie is 3-1 to her points prop. She's gone over 16.5 in 3 of those 4 games. It's at plus 104 right now. So you kind of see a theme of this episode. I'm looking for plus money value in player props, and I'm going to go ahead and take it here. Jackie Young over 16.5. She's been over this line in 4 of the last 5 games and 7 of her last 10. Jackie Young is really, really warming up right now. You look at what she's doing, and she's been very, very good at home. She's cashed this prop in 5 of her last 7 home games. And so I'm looking at this Indiana Fever team, and I know who they are, and they just do not guard on the perimeter well. It has been something that's plagued them ever since they started to have all those injuries go down, down, down. And even before, guarding the guards on the perimeter honestly, truly was not their best thing. And so Jackie Young, somebody who shot 50% in the last game and was able to get to 19, and she's had 19 in 3 matchups, exactly 19 points in 3 of the matchups this season. And so Jackie Young, 1 for 5 from 3 in that last game. I think that's going to go up. This is a 40% 3-point shooter, so I think she's going to shoot the 3 ball better in game 2. When teams start doubling Asia, trying to force Asia to get the ball out of her hand or force her into some tough shots, and she's just not on, Jackie Young has been that player that's going to come up and consistently pick up the slack and give them a chance. And you saw it in the in the first round series, where Asia missed the shot at the end of the game and Jackie got it on the putback and put it back up, and they won the game and found themselves in this situation here now. And so I think this is a good spot to play Jackie Young yet again. Give me Jackie Young over 16.5 points. And these are the 2 plays that I'm leaving with you. Kelsey Mitchell over 2.5 3-pointers and Jackie Young over 16.5 points. With that, I'm at really real __. Make sure you give me a follow on X at Betting Pros, on X and TikTok at Betting Pros NFL, on Instagram and YouTube.com/Betting Pros. And with that, that is it. I have nothing else to say, nothing else to do. No other way of ending the podcast. Just gonna end it like this. We are out of here.